What are the admission requirements, including GPA and standardized test score requirements? If you're thinking about applying to college and wondering what it takes to get in, you're in the right place. Let's break down the admission requirements, focusing on GPA and standardized test scores. First, let's talk about GPA. Most four-year colleges have a minimum GPA requirement for admission. For example, if you're looking at the University of California system, you'll need a minimum GPA of 3.0 to be considered for admission. This GPA is calculated based on your performance in specific college preparatory courses, known as AG courses, taken during your 10th and 11th grades, including summers before and after. In the University of North Carolina, UNC, system, the minimum weighted GPA requirement is 2.5. However, if your GPA is between 2.5 and 2.8, you'll need to submit standardized test scores, such as the ACT or SAT, for the fall 2025 and spring 2026 semesters. For students entering in the fall 2026 semester and beyond, the same GPA requirement applies, but the test score requirement varies based on your GPA range. For standardized test scores, the requirements can vary significantly. In the UNC system, if you don't meet the minimum GPA of 2.5, you can still be eligible with a composite ACT score of 19 or a combined SAT score of 10. However, starting from the fall 2025 semester, students with a GPA between 2.5 and 2.8 will need to submit these test scores. On the other hand, some colleges have moved away from requiring standardized test scores altogether. For instance, UC Riverside does not consider SAT or ACT scores when making admission decisions or awarding scholarships. If you choose to submit test scores, they might be used for course placement after you enroll. In general, a GPA of 3.0 or higher is often considered the minimum for many somewhat selective colleges. However, highly selective colleges may require a GPA of 3.5 or better. If you're aiming for less selective colleges, a GPA of 2.0 or higher can still get you in, though your options might be limited. It's also worth noting that some colleges may admit students with lower GPAs if they excel in other areas, such as athletics, extracurricular activities, or have exceptional test scores. So, while GPA and test scores are important, they're not the only factors considered in the admission process. To sum it up, the admission requirements vary by college, but generally, you'll need a minimum GPA and possibly standardized test scores. Always check the specific requirements for the colleges you're interested in to ensure you meet their criteria.